You ever see a king argue with a beggar? You ever see a wolf stop and explain itself to the sheep? You ever see a boss check in with the employees before making moves?
Nah.
Because when you really built for this shit, you don't stop to acknowledge the people beneath you. But here you go. Letting words from people who don't even know your story fuck up your whole energy. Letting opinions from people who never walked a day in your shoes control how you move. Letting whispers from irrelevant mouths throw you off your path. For what? For who? For people who wouldn't even check on you if you was dying? For people who would watch you drown just to see how long you struggle? For people who only want to see you win if they can take credit for it? Fuck that. Let me wake you up. They don't hate you. They hate themselves. Ain't nobody really got a problem with you. They got a problem with their own life, and you just the easiest target. See, your success? It reminds them of how little they've done with their own life. Your confidence? It reminds them of how weak they really feel inside. Your ambition? It makes them realize they wasted time while you was out building. They don't want to be better. They just want to make sure you don't pass them. So they watch your every move, but never clap. They study your blueprint, but pretend they never noticed. They sit in circles where your name comes up and they don't defend you, but they don't leave either. Because they don't actually want you to fail. They just don't want to see you win too much. They want to see you do good, but never better than them. And instead of fixing their own shit, instead of leveling up, instead of getting in the game, they do the easiest thing in the world. They talk. And that's why you should never take it personal. They want to see you lose, but only if it's convenient for them. You ever notice how people love to switch up their energy based on where you at in life? If you struggling, they act like they too busy to pick up the phone. If you winning, they got time to watch and hate from the sidelines. If you need help, they act like they can't hear you. But the second you don't need them, suddenly, they want to be close again. It's all fake. It's all a game. And the biggest mistake you can make? Thinking any of them really care. Because if you lose it all tomorrow, they gon' be nowhere to be found. If you fail, they gonna laugh but act like they never said shit. If you prove them wrong, they gonna act like they was supporting you all along. And if you don't wake the fuck up to this truth, you gonna waste years trying to earn respect from people who ain't even respectable. You gonna waste your life trying to prove shit to people who don't matter. You gonna hold on to anger. You gonna replay conversations in your head. You gonna let what they said keep you up at night. But let me ask you something. Do their words pay your bills? Do their opinions build your future? Do their judgments stop your blessings? No? Then why the fuck you carrying that weight? Because you still care. You still think proving them wrong is the win. You still think one day they gonna admit they was wrong about you. But let me tell you the coldest truth, they never will. Because to admit you proved them wrong, they'd have to admit they was full of shit to begin with. And people with weak egos? They never do that. So, what's the real play? Stop trying to be liked. Most people don't even like themselves. What the fuck makes you think they got room to like you? Stop explaining yourself. If they don't fuck with you now, they never did. And that's a them problem, not yours. Stop wasting energy proving yourself. Because the real flex ain't proving them wrong. It's proving yourself right. Move like a fucking legend. The greatest don't explain shit. They just keep winning. And history writes itself. Stop letting broke, lost, and miserable people have access to your mind. They talk 'cause that's all they can do. You move 'cause you got shit to build. The final reality check one day you're gonna wake up and realize you wasted too much time giving a fuck. You wasted energy fighting battles that wasn't even worth it. You wasted breath trying to change opinions that was never gonna change. You wasted years letting people who don't even matter control your emotions. And when that day comes, you're gonna hate yourself for how much power you gave to the weak. So, do yourself a favor, let that shit go now. Because when you really locked in, when you really focused on your future, when you really moving with purpose, what they say don't mean shit. And when you finally stop reacting, when you finally stop explaining, when you finally start moving like a real fucking boss, that's when they really start hating. Because the greatest revenge ain't clapping back. It's winning so fucking big that they ain't even in your sightline anymore. Final message. Stop explaining. Stop caring. Stop looking back. People gonna talk whether you winning or losing. People gonna judge whether you do right or wrong. People gonna assume shit whether they know the truth or not. But none of that should affect you. Because when you really know yourself, when you really love yourself, when you really focused on your purpose, what they say about you don't mean shit. So stop explaining. Stop reacting. Stop letting outsiders have access to your emotions. Let them drown in their own negativity while you build a fucking empire. Because the biggest flex ain't proving them wrong. It's proving yourself right. And when the dust settles, the real ones will still be standing. Now, ask yourself, are you one of them?